Klieglight, and I know what's on your mind right now. It's what's buzzing in the entertainment world today. Well, a lot. From the Afrima big wins by Nigerian music goats, greatest of all times, Wizkid, Davido, Burna Boy, as well as Ashake and Fireboy, to Ghanaian music star Shatta Wale confirming in a tweet Nigeria's supremacy over Ghana in the music industry.
After all the beef with Nigerian artists over the issue of supremacy, I guess Shatta Wale just came to terms with the reality. Nigerian music is infectious and the world is affected. Nigerian beats is reverberating around the world.
Yes, and ain't no stopping us. They call the sound Afrobeats. Even the Grammys has now created an Afrobeats award category for the first time in history, and it will be coming up for competition at the forthcoming 65th edition. Voting members of the Academy Sheila O held a pre-Grammy ceremony in Lagos. You'll see that later on the show.
We will also show you a bit of the opening party of the Big Brother Titans reality show in Lagos, especially after much social media backlash.
Yeah, also coming up are highlights of what would have been a great show, but got stopped in its tracks. The Bikers Carnival at the 2022 Calabar Carnival.
There's a lot more on the plate this week, but I think it's best we hush and let you see it.
Hush, 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 hush. On that note, here's a big fat welcome to the show this week. Thanks for keeping a date. How did you say you like your cocktail? Guys, how do you like your cocktail? Okay, I got it. We got you covered. I am Kevin Williams.
And I am Butuo Miller. Welcome to the show.
I was a little pissed off.
How can we engage men?
I'm not a spirit to know what happened over there.
That's a one word interesting. I think it's...
The entertainment news is right up.
Okay, so fam, we get it. Temi Otedola, daughter of business mogul Femi Otedola, has been increasingly involved in some acting, theatre these days. And the post on her social media handle has clearly highlighted some of her activities, yeah? But wait, is this post part of the stage drama she's involved in? Because people are reading meanings into her cryptic message that says, your next slay is always after your last cry. You're forgiven and forgotten. Social media commentators are speculating and wondering if Temi is hinting about a breakup from her fiancé, Mr. Easy. The BB Titans have commenced. However, let's take you back to Sunday evening when Nigeria's media personality and Big Brother host Ebuka and South Africa's TV host Lawrence Malaki co-anchored the introduction of the show. Did y'all notice anything? Did you notice a subtle struggle for supremacy between the duo? Well, the answer to this question seemed to have been answered by online users who thought Malaki was a more impressive one. Perhaps as a buffer to the social media backlash, Ebuka's wife took to Twitter to hail Ebuka's performance in spite of being under the weather. Okay, we get the drift. In one of his recent posts, Maven record boss Don Jazzy said, "Since my sugar daddy cancelled on me, I'm using sugar to drink Gary." This has got his fans twisted about this being a subtle hint of his sexual preference, especially because there is no known woman around on Jazzy.
No baby, the boga. Sometimes we chop guinea fowl.
As much as many of his followers know that Don Jazzy could be pretty playful, but some of them are weary of the allegedly growing telltale signs around him. I know y'all be thinking, whose birthday is it again? Nah. Let's just call it NTA News 24 Appreciation Day, spiced with a cake and more.
Thank you for your partnership. Wow, man.
Partnership?
Yes.
A toast to more collaboration?
Yes.
A toast to long life?
Yes.
A gesture from one of NTA News 24's partners, Center for Democracy and Development, to appreciate the station's efficiency and upbeat services.
Well, on behalf of CDD, this is a token of appreciation for the partnership we've had over the years. It's been a good one and mutually beneficial.
Thank you.
She could have a Gucci on. Gucci on. She could wear a Louis Vuitton. And even with the nothing on, she made me look.
That's it on Entertainment News. Do follow us on all our social media platforms.
Versace dress, but she's hotter when her morning hair's a mess. And even with a hoodie on, she made me look. She made me look.
You know, it's always nice to be appreciated, you know. I like the fact, you know, that they brought cake, you know, drink wine, you know, cheers. Okay, where's my wine?
Oh, okay, I see, Bila. Someone wants to rope me. But you know what? Maybe we should just go back to that video. So you take a look at the faces you saw in that video, one after the other. Did you see my face?
But I heard your voice. I heard your voice.
As a reporter.
I'm sure you were behind the camera sipping your wine. So sit there, Mo. Sit there.
See them? Speaking about behind the cameras, Mila, I mean, I kind of feel some sort of sympathy for Ebuka, you know, after all the social media backlash. I mean, this is a guy that social media users, Nigerians have been, you know, all over every time when he presents Big Brother Naija. So you can understand that sometimes we develop cold feet. I'm not saying that he developed one,
yes, I
but
understand. You see, funny thing is that Nigerians know how to just come for you. When they see that you're not giving them the right vibe, they just come for you. I think that's the chill that Nigerians refuse to accept that day. Yes, I know, you know, I even read some things online that maybe because he was in SA, so he was feeling that he was not with his people, you know, and all that. But in a way, it feels like Lawrence was actually, you know,
he was on top of the game.
Yeah, engaged more with the crowd, you know, but it doesn't mean that Ebuka is not good at what he does.
It's not a one-day thing. There's many
and
more weeks.
I'm sure we're going to see him come back strong. It's going to show us that he is Ebuka Uchendu.
I mean, you can bet on that. Well, still on the reality TV show, our correspondent caught up with former housemates of the 2022 Big Brother Naija season, including the likes of Adekunle, Beauty, Modella, at the opening ceremony of the Big Brother Titans in Lagos. Let's get to hear what they had to say.
Welcome to the Big Brother household.
Interesting. Yeah, that's it. One word, interesting. I think it's interesting having to mix two African countries together just for pure entertainment. It's definitely going to be an interesting show.
It's gonna be drama filled and just simply amazing.
We're here for the drama, the fall, and everything. Yes.
So what has been the highlights in all the seasons so far for you? The drama, really. You know, the fan wars. The fan wars, I think, is one of the elements that drive the conversation, especially on Twitter. See now, the fan wars make everybody a superstar. But at this point, it's toxic. Being fans are toxic. Toxic is very relative.
I sort of felt it was a little bit scanty. I mean, well, I don't know, the vibe wasn't there, but of course, you know, social media backlash, definitely. A lot of people have actually wondered why the show would be holding at a time like this in January, you know, just a few weeks to the election. No, not after, to the election.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about the former housemates leaving the house.
I mean, I don't know, in the history of Big Brother shows, I don't know if we've ever had a Big Brother in January. So, I mean, it's sort of strange and calls for some sort of suspicion. No one knows. But personally, from that opening, I would have wanted to know if the former housemates felt robbed of their shine, you know, just months after they had come out of the house. And if there was going to be a reunion, because that is where, you know, all the secrets get revealed.
Secrets. And one of the best kept secrets, speaking relatively, is US-based rapper Tobe Inirigwe. He has been nominated for the 2023 Grammy Awards in the category of Best New Artist as an indie act.
Tobe was celebrated in a homecoming party in Lagos as part of the first ever pre-Grammy party hosted in Nigeria. Nollywood star Omotola Jalade and many others were at the event. Grammy-nominated Nigerian rapper Tobe Nwigwe has been honored with a pre-Grammy party ahead of the 65th Grammy Award scheduled to hold on February 5th, 2023, as well as a homecoming party.
I call her the greats. The only woman that can beat a man in a movie and collect AMA Award for Best Actress, presented by Angela Bassett. Only you. History in the making, record breaker. Give it up for Kate Henshaw in the building.
This will serve as a precursor to the pre-Grammy party scheduled to hold on February 3rd, 2023 in Los Angeles.
And for us to actually come here to Lagos and to do a pre-Grammy party, also make it a homecoming for celebrities like Tobe Nwigwe to come to Nigeria, because this is the home of Afrobeats. It all stemmed from Fela Kuti. You all know that. We've been running this movement for many years now, and it's good that we've now come under one umbrella, and they call us Afrobeats with an S. With S, without S, we're good. We're still running things, and that's why we're here for the first ever pre-Grammy party in Lagos, which is...
For me to keep the upward trajectory of where Afrobeats is now, I think people just continue to do what it is that they're doing. Because while it is on an upward trajectory, for me, Afrobeats is at the top. It's the most influential sound in all of music, not just like pop music or hip hop, but all the music is influenced by Afrobeat. So it's at the top right now, and it's continue to stay at the top. It's just continue to do what you've been doing.
According to the convener, Shella O, a voting member of the Recording Academy, the roadshow, which kicks off in Lagos and ends in Los Angeles, will serve as a campaign to introduce an Afrobeats category to the Grammys, a move already implemented at the recently concluded African Music Awards with the favorite Afrobeats artist.
From Lagos to Calabar, where the 2022 Bikers Carnival in Calabar was supposed to be one of the highlights of the show, but things did not quite turn out as planned. The bikers assembled all right, but then it turned into a tale of the unexpected.
OMG, the bikers are out! I looked forward to the 27th of December 2022 for the Bikers Carnival in Calabar, and all the lines seemed to be falling nicely in place for a great day as the bikers assembled. It has been a prominent feature of the Carnival Calabar since 2015 that attracts thousands of enthusiasts. The streets from the popular 1111 roundabout to Marion all through MCC Road is a biker's route. The burst with excitement as 150 bikers from about 3 countries, including Ghana and Cameroon, rode in on an assortment of bikes. A female biker at the 2022 Calabar Carnival. What's your name?
My name is Afsa. My bike name is Naughty.
Naughty? Naughty! I'm about to ride with a naughty biker.
We're not rascals. We're friendly. We're the most friendliest human beings on earth. If you have a biker friend, you're lucky.
There were 6 groups of bikers, including Red Scorpion King, Metallic Knights, Tinapa Motorbikers, Diamond Bikers, and Aviators.
I want to say Red Scorpion Gang is a motorcycle gang formed by His Excellency Professor Sir Benedict Ayade. The name Red Scorpion came from his bike. He has a Scorpion King bike.
The bikers were geared up in a fascinating fashion inspired by various movie characters, including Predators, Warcraft, and many more. Look at this. Who would have ever thought? What's the name of this costume? What is it? Can we even hear you?
It's called a Warcraft.
The icing on the cake were the ladies riding behind the power bikes. They are called billions or riders.
So what does it feel like to be like a billion right now?
I feel sexy.
Oh, okay. This is miss the adrenaline. The show was ready to take off, but it awaited the arrival of Professor Senator Ben Ayade, governor of Cross River State, who was to lead the showmanship on wheels. Car drifters brought in added excitement with their thrill on four wheels. The drivers looked young, free, and energetic. At about 4:45 p.m., with the governor yet to show up, the restive bikers decided to give the restive crowd something to cheer about. And the car drifters joined in. Everything went into overdrive. Unfortunately, this was when things went south. The cheers turned into streams of tears as a motorist reportedly lost control of his vehicle at the Mary Slessor roundabout and rammed into the crowd of onlookers. There were casualties and chaos ensued. The roar of the machines now heralded the wailings. Getting an eyewitness account was difficult.
Okay, but we hear that there was a little casualty with one of the cars.
What happened here? I'm not a spirit to know what happened over there.
Okay. Chairman of the Carnival Commission identified the driver as a naval officer.
We also have identified through a security check that the gentleman in question is a naval officer who lost control. It was a mere accident. Unfortunately, this huge loss took place, for which we are collectively sorry. In the 18 years of Carnival Calabar, we've never had it like this.
The state government cancelled the event and commiserated with all affected. A day that started with cheers ended in tears. Not the way the usually happy-go-lucky community of bikers would have liked to see it go. Our hearts go out to the families of the dead and the injured. Quite an unfortunate tale. Could have ended much happier, but we on Klieglight, our hearts go out to the deceased and injured. But
let's visit the movies. 5 years after Ebony Live released movie Oloture, its central theme continues to resonate with movie viewers.
Nila,
yes,
we have just moved past the sad tale.
Yeah.
Why are you still sad?
At the screening of the movie, it provided compelling material for discussing the challenge of human trafficking.
The event was a press conference on sex trafficking organized by the Gloria Steinem Equality Fund to end sex trafficking in partnership with Associate Zone Iroko Onlus.
All right, thank you very much.
The movie Oluture provided context for the discussion as it vividly illustrated the many layers of human trafficking. The 2019 Ebony Live production, directed by Kenneth Yang and situated in Nigeria, was an expose on the interweb of forces that control the complex sex trafficking networks. The storyline had Oluture, a Nigerian journalist, going undercover to investigate the multi-billion-dollar prostitution and human trafficking rings, as well as the diverse forces that collaborate to control it, employing violence, transactional sex, corruption, and rape. The movie was revealing on the role of politicians, the immigration service, and even family members.
And I will get to the end of it. With or without you.
It elicited emotional responses from the viewers that included international delegates from Sweden, Argentina, France, and Spain, as well as advocates against sex trafficking.
Honestly, I'm not surprised, but I'm kind of happy not to be surprised, because
I'm happy to see a very realistic movie on the prostitution system, not a movie that normalizes it, that makes it look better as it is.
After the movie screening, a four-man panel which included a former South African sex trafficking victim, Mickey Meji, shared some real-life experiences, which included being referred to as a sex worker.
Whether or not you call me a sex worker, a prostitute, a whore, or it does not change my experience. In fact, I feel utterly insulted when somebody refers to me as sex worker, and also utterly insulted when somebody refers to my experience in the sex trade as sex work.
She considers this as society's attempt to make prostitution appear fashionable, whereas it should be highly condemned.
And in South Africa, if I may say, the legal framework criminalizes all aspects of the system of prostitution, including pimping, brothel keeping, the sale and the purchase of sexual acts. But still, this goes on opposite, right opposite. If you go to Cape Town, Batekan Street, the police station is holding one corner and Mavericks holds one corner. And they have the audacity to fly an aircraft advertising and recruiting and telling men that they've got women for sale.
So prostitution cannot be defined as sex work because it's a contradiction in terms. What removes your dignity is not something that you would call work.
You can go to a club and you do not know if probably the strippers are there voluntarily or are there against their own will. You do not know about how sex work could probably be a form of sex trafficking. The thin line is very thin, but we're learning every day and I keep on learning and I learned a lot. So what I would like to know is probably how can we engage men, because men are the consumers of the sex market.
In response to audience questions on how transactional sex can be demarketed to stop the unwholesome demand, French Delegate Executive Director CAP Jonathan Machla said policies that stifle the trade is the way to go.
For instance, because in France we have this law now that was created, this model, this abolitionist model was created by Sweden in 1999. And then other countries adopted it in Norway, Iceland, Ireland, Northern Ireland, France, Canada, and now Israel. It's a model in which the prostituted persons are not penalized, they are decriminalized. They are provided with an exit pathway, including vocational training, psychological support, a title of residency.
Senator Betty Apiafi, the first female senator from Rivers State, who is also a frontline voice against sex trafficking and violence against women and children, reacted to the depiction of politicians in the movie Oloture as partakers in the web of violence and prostitution.
There's need to stop the demand, because for as long as there is demand for sex, the traffickers will continue to traffic, so it's, again, like they said, it criminalize the demand. Then, of course, do enlightenment to make more men get involved. And again, we need more of this kind of movies, more of this showing on our television, so that people will understand the dangers involved.
Nkechi Enete, Deputy Controller, Immigration, however, disagreed with the portrayal of the Immigration Service as part of the collaborators in the nefarious business.
I want to ask you, I hope you're not pissed off with what you said.
I was a little pissed off because immigration has moved from that to where we are now. Well, there's even this course on horsemanship. So we've been having that training all over and over and over, so that we will know how things are. And then we have Midas there in the entry points. That's what we use now. So there's no way, from that movie that people can now can do anything by on prosy, passing. No, it's not done. Subsequently, before making this type of movie, the producer should have worked harder. Made some more research before maybe bringing in old immigration. We've passed that stage.
This collaborative effort essentially seeks to find a way to end human trafficking in Nigeria.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh, but I can just imagine how embarrassed the immigration officers must have felt, being thrown cold water. Being forced to remove his screening.
Okay, you see, but the thing is, but the thing now is, when producers, directors, producing movies, they should put in consideration some of these are uniform. Even Nigerian police, the way they are portrayed, on movies, sometimes they should.
I don't have a problem with saying it as it is, but then there are some hidden truths. Some things are not plain white as you see them. Sometimes if you work in collaboration with these agencies, there are some truths that can be told that would now explain what people see.
Very true, very true.
Like she said, that immigration has moved past what it is. Yeah, we now know that they have gone into a digital stage.
Yes.
Things are not really analog like that anymore. That would have been included. Even the trainings, but also portray the fact that in spite of all of that, there could be some bad eggs, not making it look as if immigration is all about just, go according.
They're sounding like a consultant now for them.
I really felt sorry for them. But I mean, the goal of the event was, to work towards stopping sex trafficking, human trafficking. And I think that's something that we should keep preaching. The NTA is also a big voice against sex trafficking, human trafficking, violence against women, and rape. And we'll continue to drum it.
Whatever kind of trafficking.
This is where we draw the curtains on this week's episode of the program. Mila, what's your social media like? What's your social media? I want to know if these fans are doing what we asked them to do, guys. Guys, you have to keep those likes, keep those follows.
Shows the love,
Go to our social media handle, follow, comment on our posts. Show us love, like Mila has said, okay?
I want to feel the love.
That's right. Let's do this again next week.
Same time, same station. I am Butwa Miller.
I'm Kamini Williams.
Salute.